Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. After having uploaded my last video on my top 10 favorite consoles of all time, it really left me with so much nostalgia. While I was creating that last video, I actually went through a lot of my stuff that I had stored away. These boxes were filled with all my consoles, my games, and basically my entire childhood. I wanted to go through these boxes to actually find some inspiration and try to figure out which console were actually my favorite. I was really caught off guard with the amounts of happiness that this gave me. I was literally sat on the floor for hours going through this, having conversations with my mom, my brother, and it just felt like I was transported back to the early 2000s. Though there was this question that was left on my mind, and that's, why does this feel so incredibly good? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Why on earth are consoles so nostalgic to us? Admittedly, I am more of a PC gamer these days, and most people probably are too. However, really ask yourself, what was your first core memory when it comes to gaming? This won't be a desktop versus consoles video, so whether you have fully transitioned to being a PC gamer or you still love consoles, though I think there is something that we all will agree on, that there is just this something super special about consoles. Nostalgia is a powerful feeling we have of warmth, longing, and often disguised as grief of the past. It is something we remember that is old or memories from a past we will never get back. However, you are grateful for these memories you have experienced. When a lot of us think about consoles, we often remember the people around us as much as the actual product. You sitting on the floor with your siblings, friends, parents, or grandparents playing games. You quickly running out of class to go home with your friends to boot up that PlayStation or your Xbox. I remember spending many weekends and even summers just staying up really late to play certain games. Children or teenagers often experience more intense emotions, and it is fairly more memorable when you get your first console for your birthday or Christmas than it might feel for us when we are adults. So I went and I asked my little brother how he felt about our old consoles. And at first he told me to piss off with my video stuff, as brothers always do. But then all of a sudden we found ourselves really laughing at how we would constantly fight about who got to play the PlayStation and how we had to constantly swap between consoles because my mom would get so angry at us for constantly quarreling about this. Honestly, even my mom remembers walking all the way to the mall with us just to buy games. And even though the mall was about 30 minutes away, she would still walk this entire way with us because we really wanted this one special game. Also, you did not hear this from me, but I did catch my mom playing my Switch not too long ago, and she was actually playing Crash Bandicoot, as Crash Bandicoot was her favorite game when we were growing up. So you guys can probably guess where I got my gaming addiction from. I just feel it was a little bit different back in the day where you could share these bonding memories with your parents doing these things. My friend tells me his kid always wants Robux or these like gem-like things on his VR, and that they don't really share the same experiences he shared with his father. Everything is just ordered online. If I have kids in the future, I would really love to try to share these consoles and these memories with them. Admittedly, I do think they would find me quite old and cringe, probably, but I do still want to make this attempt to share their world and show them how my world was. Do you remember the sound of a PlayStation booting up? Because I still have that memory etched into my mind. How the disc rotating and the whirring of the drive felt to you. I remember having to blow dust off of my cartridges for my Nintendo games, or how I had to swap out memory cards for my PlayStation, or take out CDs just to clean them off of my shirt. These sensory cues are etched into our minds because we connect it to excitement and anticipation. Having something physical you can touch and interact with is honestly so underestimated. Your brain and your hands still remember the physical sensation that you had through countless repetitions. We have in these days mostly lost the physical aspect of almost owning your own stuff. This in itself created memories of taking a trip to the store, grabbing a physical copy of the game you wanted to play, taking it home, and putting it into your console and booting the game up. Now, a lot of the games can be purchased online, even on consoles we own. And in my opinion, the way we buy games these days compared to when I was a kid is really not as rewarding. An interesting factor of the 2000s was how quickly technology advanced. Every new console or new generation brought new technology that felt like a leap in their evolution. It might have felt revolutionary to many. In comparison to today, what we mostly experience is higher resolutions, faster loading times, great frame rates. It isn't quite rapid progress anymore. Before, you would look forward to what was to come next. What technology would they be able to advance? And there's something psychological about the effect it has on us. And I think it's really why these consoles give these types of emotions and feel so incredibly special. They are these types of physical objects we can touch, we can look, we can smell that really transports us back to our childhood. It really reminds us of who we were, what we loved, how we spent our time, and who we spent our time with. It is an emotion you quite literally might never experience the same way again. Like, don't get me wrong, what we have today is honestly amazing. How far we've gotten with our technology, these insane graphics, the big open worlds, getting to play such well-crafted games is insanely cool. Being able to play games like Expedition 33 was honestly so mesmerizing, and it was such a beautiful game. It is a game I will personally remember for a very long time, and hopefully it will be a core memory for someone in the future. This all started with me sitting on the floor going through boxes of memories, my little time machine. It was something that brought back cherished memories I had of my mother, my brother, my friends, and it is memories that I completely love. So no matter what we go through in life, having something to look back on so fondly is so incredibly special. And I really wonder, what is this incredible feeling you have when you think back to something that made you incredibly happy? Did you have the same experiences with consoles? Do you still remember it as fondly as I do? Thank you guys so much for listening to my rant, honestly. Getting to share my thoughts with other people is so much fun, and I'm really excited to hear what other people think. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you guys want to go along with the journey. I'm working on something special for my next videos, and it's taking a little bit of time, but I am super excited to get this posted not too long into the future. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!